Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you guys my all-time favorite luxury makeup products. And looking at my list, I only have like a handful of brands to share with you. So instead of going by each category of makeup product, I think I'm going to highlight each brand. And the first brand I want to talk about is Chanel. If you like a light coverage makeup that doesn't feel like makeup or something really natural, you have to look into the water tint. I have two shades, medium light and medium plus. I've mentioned these products quite a few times on any of my like get ready with me or any makeup related videos, so that just shows you how much I still love them. Right now we're just coming out of winter, so I have been reaching for the medium light shade, and because this product is so light and so blendable, the shade doesn't really matter. But I have noticed when I was just using the medium light in the summertime, it was getting a little too light, so I did grab another one which is medium plus. And as you can see, I'm pretty much like halfway through both of these products, and that's one of the things I love about this product, is that you can actually see the progress that you're making. It's so satisfying. I love the packaging. Chanel really knows how to get the packaging right. Their makeup always has the best packaging. It's so simple but very on brand. Like, packaging really does matter to me a lot when it comes to makeup, and Chanel is like, I would say, my favorite. The bottle is actually plastic, so it is pretty lightweight, but it is a little bit bulky. The cap comes off like this, and it has a pump built in. You might be able to see all these little bead looking things. So it comes off as a serum, and when you rub it into your skin, it just blends so smoothly. It feels so hydrating on the skin when you like rub it on, because it feels like a serum, but that also means that it's not going to give you like the most coverage. So this is perfect for everyday or anyone that's looking for like a light coverage, but it is buildable, so you can just wear like a second layer. Or what I like to do is mix this with the next product, which is their concealer. I'm going to leave all the names in the description because it's just too long. This, again, the perfect packaging. You can also see like a little pump or like a spring, so it goes up every time you use it, and you just know exactly how much you have left. And then you can also see the beads once again, but this comes off a little bit thicker than the water tint. I mean, it makes sense because this is supposed to be a concealer. If you feel like you're not getting enough coverage from this and you don't want to wear like second layer, you can mix it with this concealer. It works perfectly. And when I'm in between shades and medium plus is starting to get a little too dark for me, I like to mix the concealer into my medium plus to create that perfect shade, and at the same time giving me a little bit more coverage. So during the day, if I'm just like running errands or whatever, I just wear this, and at nighttime, if I'm going out for dinner or whatever, I like to mix it with this. And the next product is something I don't really hear people talk about anymore, but it is the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This was either the very first or the second Chanel makeup product I have ever bought, and I did actually go through the entire thing, which took me 5+ years is all I'm gonna say. I know, disgusting. So I did purchase another one, and now they actually have a smaller size. So if you feel like it's a little bit unsanitary to like use the same product for like 5 years or so, you can just purchase the smaller size, and it's still really, really cute. A little bit more travel friendly because it is quite huge. And also they have, I think in total 3 shades, which is like kind of unheard of because this used to have the universal shade for the longest time. However, I will say I still like the original or like the first shade the best, because I do have like a medium bronze one, and it's still a little too dark. Even in like the dead of summer, it's still a little bit too dark for me because I just don't get as tan as I used to like in college, and it smells so good. I'm so glad they never changed the scent because it smells really good. Even when I use this every single day for like years, it still lasted me like 5-6 years. So if I had to choose out of all the luxury makeup, this is really worth your money. Any cream bronzers from like other brands that I've tried just wasn't really as good as this one. The texture of this is very unique, and I still think it works best for my skin tone. It's not too slippery. It's a little bit moussey. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I like to use this with like a dense brush, like a dense small like foundation brush, to put it on your face and then blend it out. It blends so easily, and it dries matte, but it's like a skin finish. So I guess like a satin finish. It's not like drying matte, it's just like perfect. It's not going to move kind of matte. So you can put powder on top, like a powder bronzer. It still works amazing. The shade is also not too orange, not too red. I would say it's like a really nice neutral, so I had to mention this. I went a little crazy last year, and maybe the year before that too, and bought like 3 eyeshadow pots from Chanel, and there's only one that I always reach for and use every single day, and it is this one, 266 TISSÉ Essentiel. And this really is the best eyeshadow ever. This one in particular, you can kind of tell that this is like the most flat one out of all of them because I use this every single day. I'm wearing it right now as well. This is the best neutral base like brown eyeshadow that's satin finish, and the shade above that is very similar but pulls a little bit more red. And this one I put a little bit on my lower lashes, like a pinky champagne tone. It's so perfect if you just want to highlight a little bit. So I always start with like a base neutral brown eyeshadow, and I always use a matte shadow, but there are times where it just wouldn't blend out too much, maybe because of like the skincare I had on my eyelid, and that problem literally went away when I started using this one. Even though it's satin, it doesn't go on your eyes all like glittery and shimmery. It's so subtle, you can't really see that it's satin. It's just matte with like the most subtle sheen. It's so beautiful, and because of that, any shade that you put on top of this blends out so smoothly. I understand why this is one of like the permanent products. This really is the best quad, especially if you're looking for something natural. And then the last Chanel product I had to mention is their lip gloss. You guys might know what this is because I talk about this gloss all the time. This is the 726 Icing. It is the most like perfect baby pink milky lip gloss. It's so angelic, it's so natural. It just goes with everything, like any lip liners or any lipsticks. This is just perfect, which is why I do have a backup of this. There's also another one, 845 I think, Rose NAIF. That from the bottle looks a lot more like pink and corally, but on your lips it looks so natural. That was also my go-to gloss like all throughout last year, but I think I lost it somewhere. Like I literally can't find it. So if you want like a really natural gloss that's not too milky like this, check out 845 I think. I'm going to leave it in the description box below after I confirm. The next brand I want to highlight is Dior, and these also should not come as a surprise to you guys because I've mentioned these glosses so much. They are the lip glow oil in the shade number 1 pink and number 12 rosewood. Every time I recommend these glosses to you guys, I always say that these will give you glass skin but for your lips. These glosses give you the most intense shine. They make your lips look so juicy. They also smell like peppermint, so they do feel a little bit tingly on the lips, like a minty gloss, but not to the point where they feel so intense like those lip plumping glosses. It's really not like that. Packaging is really nice, and I feel like they have a good amount of product in here because I used to use these like every single day for months, and I'm still like maybe like halfway through. The pink one, you can just tell that it's going to be a little bit more sheer, but it has that very bright pink tint, but just a little bit, so it makes you look more alive. And the rosewood one is so beautiful. If you're into that rosy like natural tint, you're going to love this. And I love how they have matching blushes to go with it, and those are actually my next products. So these are the Rosy Glow blushes in Rosewood, number 12 again, and then this one is number 4 Coral. The packaging again is really nice. These are really travel friendly. I do prefer the Coral one over Rosewood because of my skin tone, and like when you have a tan, Coral is so nice, especially during the summertime. And as you can see, I have barely made a dent. The oblique pattern on the side is still like intact because you really need the smallest, like the tiniest amount of this to go on your whole face. I mean, granted, I don't want my cheeks to look too flushed. I would rather put on more bronzer than a blush, which is why they still look brand new, especially the Rosewood one. And I really feel like I'm never going to be able to finish or hit pan on these blushes. Maybe that's a good thing. And even when I'm careful with these blushes, I still feel like it's a little too pigmented on my cheek. So every time I put them on, I have to like dab it off with my beauty blender to like blend it out. But in terms of the texture, they are really, really nice. Even though they're powder blushes, there's a bit of creaminess to it. When you blend it out, especially with your fingers, it's like a matte cream, if that makes sense. And I feel like that actually increases the staying power of these blushes because they last all day. You can see there's also a mirror in the compact, so it's just such a good item to just have it in your purse. Packaging feels really nice. It does not feel cheap, which is one of the reasons why I love Dior makeup in general. And then my last Dior product I want to mention is their, I don't know how new this is, but it is their brow pencil. And it's the one that twists up like this, and then it comes with a brush. And the pencil side actually does not come with a cap, so it just looks like this. And I have it in the shade number 1 Blonde. Blonde was the only shade I was like really into because I don't really like a strong brow. Even when my hair is this dark, I never use brow pencils or brow products that are in the shade brunette, black. I'm always on the lighter side. Blonde, taupe, light brown, something like that. And even light browns are always like a little too dark. So I was really after this one, and it took me a while to find these. These are always like out of stock, not just on Sephora, but also like at department stores. So when I was finally able to get this, I actually grabbed 2 of these to have like a backup, because this also looks very skinny and I felt like I was gonna go through it really fast. And this is actually what I'm wearing on my brows today. I really like this specific color, because if you have like a warm tone skin tone, or your hair pulls a little bit red, this is going to be perfect for you. Compared to this, Chanel eyebrow pencils tend to pull really cool tone, very taupe, like a little too gray for me. So this blonde shade actually works so much better on my skin tone and my brows. And next we have Hermes, and the first product I want to mention is their lipstick in the shade Rose Tan. We all know Hermes for their quality, so I knew their makeup was going to be good. But out of all the ones I've tried so far, not every single one of them is good, I have to say. But this lipstick is my absolute favorite, not just from the brand, but just in the world of lipsticks. This truly is the best one, at least for me. These have been around for a while, so you guys probably have seen this packaging. I mean, it's gorgeous. Gold, the shade pink here. Look at that. It's so cool, and it's magnetic. It is the most satisfying thing ever, and it just looks beautiful, you know? So the official name is Rosy Lip Enhancer, and I think those 3 words are like the most perfect words to describe this, because it's a rosy lip color, but it's just to enhance your natural lip in like the most gorgeous way and like the most effortless way. Even though this lipstick is matte, it does not feel dry whatsoever on your lips. It does not accentuate any of the fine lines or any like dryness on your lips. It is so comfortable on the lips, and this also comes in a teeny tiny orange box, so I think it makes such a great gift. And with all Hermes makeup products, they have this very distinct scent. If you guys know what I'm talking about, like please let me know, because I'm not entirely sure like what the notes are. It kind of smells rosy, but there's something more to it, like orangey rose. Like I'm not entirely sure, but I really like it. The scent itself is really nice, but the products can be a little too perfumey. So with this lipstick, it's very pleasant because it's just like a small amount. But when you're using Hermes face products, that is like a different story. And that actually leads to my next product, which is their blush. And this is also in the shade Rose Tan. We all know this packaging, it's like matching with the lipstick. When you open it, it's like kind of off center, as you can see. It's a little details. This shade is like the most perfect peachy pink. It pairs so well with any of the bronzers I have. It just gives you a little bit of flush without making you look like your veins are popping out. And because of the warm tone, it's not so pink on the face. I love this so much. But similar to the Dior ones, it's very pigmented. So you do only need like the smallest amount. But when you put this on, you can literally smell it all day long. So I'm not sure if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like it just really depends. But every time I like move my face, I would smell it. So I will leave that up to you guys to decide like whether you can like tolerate it. The very last product I wanted to mention is from Tom Ford. This is their Shade and Illuminate Contour Duo in Intensity 1. I'm so scared to show you guys because it's really dirty. Like it does not look pretty whatsoever, but it is a cream bronzer and a cream highlight duo. I mainly use this product for the cream highlight. It gives you the most like beautiful sheen, and I love using this in my inner corners because it just really brightens up and opens up your eyes. And I always bring it down just a little bit, like to that skin, like right next to your nose bridge, because when you put this highlighter right there in that skin little tiny area, it makes your overall skin look really flawless. When you're moving your face like that, it just catches on right there, and when your skin is like glass-like right here, it gives you the impression that your overall skin tone is like perfect. So trust me on that, like it's so beautiful. And I love this highlighter because it's not glittery, although like very up close you might be able to see a little bit of shimmer, but like on the face, like you literally can't see anything. And this cream bronzer is good, but I still prefer my Chanel one. And also the mirror on this compact is next level. I love traveling with this because I don't have to pack another mirror. This mirror is so high quality and it's huge. So this is really all you need. And of course the packaging, unlike Tom Ford products, so good. I love these compacts. So these 4 brands, Chanel, Dior, Hermes, and Tom Ford, I would say are my top favorite brands when it comes to makeup. And these 4 brands just get it when it comes to packaging, and packaging does matter to me. They never feel tacky or cheap or like too plasticky, and the quality of these products tend to be overall like very good or above average. It's not always perfect, of course, but out of all the ones that I've tried, the ones I really love, I have mentioned today. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!